Hey everyone, I thought I would show a quick example of the difference between thinning the apples on a tree and not thinning the apples on a tree. This, I believe, is a Golden Delicious. They look like they're about ready to pick, and I do not have very many on this tree this year. I had 15, the chickens ate one, but I had gone through and thinned this tree earlier this year, and I have not thinned my other tree, and I did that on purpose, and I'll show you why. We're going to go over here and show you the difference in size of the apples. Now, I probably should have gone through and thinned this tree. I believe this is a pink lady. She also has a little bit of blight, you can see. But these apples, if you take a look, even though there's pretty much just one, look at the difference in size. Now, pink ladies tend to be a little bit smaller, but those over there are huge. And I have never had Golden Delicious as big as those. Look, they all think they're going to get a treat. Have not had any Golden Delicious that size, but this year I decided to go ahead and thin early, and it has made a huge difference. I do see one of these coming on with a little blush. That one right up there. Most likely that one has a spot on it that worm has gotten to, and that's why it is going ahead and putting a blush on the apple. Probably pull that for the chickens. They will be happy with that. Sorry about that. My hand shook there for a second. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, I can reach that. Look how much smaller this is compared to, yeah, there's something that pecked on it, or a worm, or another bird. But you can kind of see how much smaller it is compared to the ones on my other tree. Now the apples come on both of these trees about the same time. They both bloom. They both start making apples about the same time. But look at this. This is a different one than I showed you a while ago. Look at the difference in size. Now, weight-wise, you're probably going to get about the same amount of weight in the fruit, but the fruit's going to be much bigger if you go ahead and thin. You know, if you have 3 apples, take 1 or 2 of them away in an area. That way, they will hopefully get big. Now, I'm not sure if it's the blight that has stunted these, or we've had a couple of hailstorms this year. This one actually looks like it probably has a little bit of mold on it. That one does too. That one does too. This one's got, sorry chicken, this one's got a spot. That's a sunspot. But typically, oh, there's one that's completely gone bad on the tree. There you go. Probably, look at that. Yeah, just completely bad. Most likely that is the blight that's causing this particular problem. There you go. But after I saw the blight on that tree too this year, I thinned it out really well. And I didn't get over here and do this one. And you can tell I've got branches everywhere that need trimming out. And, you know, the blight is different spots on the tips of the limbs. And the apples are not doing so well, which is sad because this is actually one of my favorite apples. But they are just not really doing well. But I thought I'd show you why you do thin out your apples. You want to make sure that they are, you know, 1 per limb where you see it. And in this particular case, well, I must have gone through and pulled apples, but I didn't come through and thin the branches to help with the moisture and the airflow and the blight. All of this should have been trimmed away. All of, you know, these should have been trimmed off because they're growing straight up. But yeah, there is a difference. There's definitely a difference that I'm seeing this year. Oh, that one's a very sad little apple. this is way too overcrowded. You do need to take care of your trees. You do need to thin them. You do need to make sure that the branches are not crossing each other. It's interesting that these limbs are just falling off of here. Never seen that before. But anyway, I figured I would give you a little tutorial. Obviously, do as I say, not as I do, because I definitely did not do the right thing as far as this tree goes this year. But next year I will do what I did with the other tree, and hopefully I will get quite a few of the Pink Lady apples. I will definitely be treating for fire blight, no doubt. All right, well, that's all I had to say. Talk to you later. Bye now.